Hello everyone, welcome back to J and Unique Designs. This is Joseph, and Happy New Year! Welcome to 2023. This is my first video of the year, and I have some things fun planned for you today. We'll be playing with alcohol ink, we'll be playing with glitter, we'll be playing with Pear Blossom lights, we'll be playing with Elizabeth Craft Designs Florals, what I'm specialized in. I got a lot planned for you today, just a video of just having some fun, getting together, getting used to things, getting things back on track. So first off, again, Happy New Year. Thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel. This is a fun video today. So let me turn the camera around and let's go ahead and get started. So let's see here. There we go. And I think everybody can still hear me perfectly, which is fine. I hope everybody can hear me. And please like and subscribe to my video. And if there's any feedback that you can give me in regards to my videos, please do so. It helps me do something better for you. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some. I'm going to take a VersaFine ink here. Let me find one that is dark. Here it is. This is the VersaFine Clair that I'll be using. It is called Twilight, VersaFine Clair Twilight. And what we're going to do is, I'm using Elizabeth Craft Designs soft finish cardstock, soft finish white cardstock. And I believe this is the right color. I think so. Or is it the other one? I don't even know. Give me just a second to grab a piece of scratch paper here and see which one is my brush for this. I think this is it. That's it. This is not it. This is what happens when you have too many colors and you don't even know what's what. So that's it right there. Perfect. Alright. So what I'm going to do is, I mentioned to you, I'm going to use Elizabeth Craft Designs soft finish white cardstock. I've already cut this down to size. I'm going to be making a slim card here, and I've already created my slim card base. So nothing really fancy about this except for the paper. The paper is one of a kind, and the paper is phenomenal. I love the paper a lot because I do all of my florals with this paper, and if it wasn't for this paper, you wouldn't be able to succeed with your florals. So, first things first, I'm going to go ahead and use my VersaFine Clair Twilight with a dauber brush here. And I mentioned to you about this glass mat in previous videos. I just love it because I can do all of my coloring straight on my mat, straight on and off of my mat, and not have to worry about anything. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a dark background, using my dauber. If you have a brush to use this, to color, it would look a lot better. But one thing that I've discovered over my last few moments of crafting is the dauber creates this beautiful cloud background. As you can see, as I'm coloring in from the outside in, you can see how it creates kind of like this cloud thing, a cloud effect. You can see that very clearly. As you're continuing to do this, you'll see what capability, what it does. And I like this VersaFine Clair because the VersaFine Clair ink is very juicy, very inky, and it works out very well. See? So as I'm creating my background, look at this. Look at that dark and white cloud sky. It's very 2023 fireworks and all of those things, and look how cool that looks. Don't you want a background just like that? Look how neat that looks. I'm gonna continue to get some more ink on here. I like getting a lot of ink on here, just to give it a little bit more of a shading. See? So, let's see, I'm going to go around the edge a little bit more, give it a little bit of color. Let's see, I think that will do. I like that. I like how that turned out. Look at that. Very dark sky, very balmy sky. Alright, I'm going to set this ink aside. And then I'm going to set my piece of paper aside also. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this so let it dry for a little bit. And then I'm going to get my rag. I don't have anything fancy. It's just a dirty rag here. And I have some alcohol in a bottle, and I just spray on my glass mat, and I'll just wipe that off because I don't want any color on my next project, my next items. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some photo paper. Not Elizabeth Craft Designs. This is HP photo paper. Simple, plain. You can use Yupo paper. You can use photo paper. You can use whatever kind of paper you like. But I recommend the gloss or the matted finish because the alcohol ink holds on a little bit better. Just because I don't want any ink on my hands, I'm going to use a glove. So I'm going to put some gloves on. And I'm going to take some cotton balls. Your standard old cotton balls here, nothing fancy. And then I'm going to pull out my alcohol. This is Picasso alcohol ink. This color is Sunset that I'm using first. And I'm using Marigold. And I'm using Terracotta. So those are the 3 alcohol inks that I'll be using. I'm also using Elizabeth Craft Designs stencil. Here, this one kind of reminds me of fireworks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it right on top of this, this piece of paper here. I'm going to get my magnets for this board so I can stick it down because I don't want it to move when I am using alcohol. So I'm going to stick it down like that. And then I'm going to start off with, I'm going to move this off to the side here. I'm going to start off with the lightest color. This third magnet there. Can you see that okay? Good. I'm going to start off with the lightest color, Marigold. I'm just going to place it on my cotton ball. Just a little bit spray here on my cotton ball. Don't worry about it getting onto the stencils, and I'll show you why. And all I'm doing is, as you can see, I'm just dabbing it right onto my paper through my cotton ball, using my cotton ball here. And I'm going to place a little bit more. You are going to use a little bit more alcohol than your alcohol ink than you're used to. Of course, you can use Copic, you can use any type of alcohol you want. You don't have to use this type of alcohol that I have. Whatever you have in your stash, your art stash, it will be perfect. It will be perfect, like that. I'm just dabbing. As you can see, I'm just dabbing on. And then I'm going to set that off to the side in case I need it again. I'm going to go with the Terracotta next. I'm going to put a lot on my alcohol, my ink here. And then I'm just going to fill in spots that did not have any ink earlier. And so I saw this idea from someone on the Elizabeth Craft Designs page also. So I'm mimicking it a little bit. So I can't remember who that was on that video I just saw. So give credit to where it's due. The next and final color that I'll be using, it's called Sunset. And so I'm just filling in all the white spots now. You know, every single white spot that I see. So I see a lot of white in the middle here. I see a lot of white on the side. So I'm just filling in. Just like that. Just exactly simple like that. Great, set that aside. And then before I'm done, I have this unique alcohol ink that is from Pisces. And these are alcohol ink brands that are clear with glitter on it. This particular one is called Phoenix. P-I-X-I-S-S. I got this, somebody gave me this. I don't know who actually gave me this, but I am gonna shake it up, shake the bottle up a little bit. I noticed that there's some missing whites there, but I'm not worried because we're only gonna cut out a little bit of pieces of this. So I'm gonna shake this up, shake it well, because it has some microflakes in it. It has some glitter microflakes, and so just shaking up the ink. I'm still keeping my gloves on. I'm gonna shake it down here so that it's not in your ear with the microphone. And then I'm gonna take another cotton ball, open this up, and I'm gonna place some on my cotton ball here. As you can see, it's just clear, but it has some sparkles to it. So I'm gonna dab this in here, just like such. Actually, I'm gonna rub it on here, just to give it a little bit of finish. I don't care about the mixture of colors at this point. because I know that it's going to turn out great. Do this. Just make some glitter on there. Like that. Perfect. That's all I want. I don't want very much on there. Close this up. I want to put that off to the side. I'm going to put, here, let me pull that box of that alcohol ink in so that you can see what it looks like. This is what the alcohol, Mythical, 5 colors. This is what I used for that glitter. So, I'm going to take these magnets and put them away. Go ahead and peel my ink off. Look at that. You can see the glitter on there. I don't know if you can see that on that paper. I don't know. Let me see if I can zoom in or something. Let me see here. You see that glitter on there, that shine? Well, you can see the shine very clearly on my end. The different glitters. Oh, there you go. Maybe. Nope, I can't get it to show on the glitter. And then what I do is I take my alcohol bottle and I just spray down my stencil on my desk. And I just take my rag and I just clean it off. You will have some staining, but you know, it won't damage your stencils. Elizabeth Craft Design stencils are top notch. So I'm just gonna do this and then I'm gonna wipe my desk down. There we go. The stencil's ready. The blue and the red, as you see there, is from the last project, so it was stained and it wouldn't come off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all of my alcohol cotton balls here, put it in my glove, and I'm gonna toss out my glove. And I noticed that it left some stains here, so let me wipe those and then close up my alcohol bottles. That's all I'm gonna do. Close up my alcohol bottles there. Put my alcohol bottles away. There we go. And then we start, I'm gonna let this dry. Set this aside to let it dry for a bit. I have a drying rack right next to me, if you're wondering what that is. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my glitter tray out, and I'm going to use Elizabeth Craft Design's glitter. This time I'm using the Silk Microfine glitter, number 650, the go-to green, and the 644, the light gold. I'm going to make a green and gold because those are my 2 favorite colors, kind of fireworks here. And as you can see, I've already done a few of them through the magic of television and YouTube. It makes it a lot easier just to prepare. But I did leave one to show you how I did this. What you do is you put the Elizabeth Craft Designs double-sided adhesive on the back of soft finish cardstock, and then you die cut with the die facing down onto the release sheet. And when you die cut this, what happens is that this top becomes tape, and this bottom is still paper, enough for you to shape the florals, enough for you to shape it. I'm using florals, let's see here, I'm using the Stamen Flowers today. These are the Stamen Flowers. All the links to the items that I'm using will be down in the description box down below. So check down there, click on the links, help me by purchasing items through using those links that I'm going to post down below, because that helps the company know that you're watching my video and I'm helping you out. I'm using Florals number 10 here for this. I'm using Florals, I believe, number 9 for this one, the largest set. And I think I'm using Florals number 5 or 6, if I'm not mistaken. Again, check down below because I have all the links down below for this. And these are just the dies, simple stainless steel dies that I've been using for Elizabeth Craft Design. So, and what you do, again, just a reminder, is cut onto soft finish cardstock with double-sided adhesive. And this is what you're going to get. I'm going to set these dies aside just because it's so it's not in the way. What you do then is you peel off the soft finish of the double-sided adhesive, the release sheet. And you're very careful when peeling this off, because what happens is that you don't want any oil on the tape. You see now that floral there has tape on it. So what I do is I place it into my coffee filter, and I know for a fact that this one's going to be a green. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the go-to green, and I'm just going to dump it onto my coffee filter. And I'm going to peel it off here. I'm going to tap it off with my fingers, and I'm going to take my fingers and I'm going to rub out, just varnish it. I'm just rubbing the glitter onto the tape, and as I'm rubbing the glitter onto the tape, as you can see, the color is changing. It's getting darker. You see? See how it's doing that? It's getting darker and darker on there. Looks cool, doesn't it? It's great. I like that a lot. And then I'm going to take the rest of my glitter from my coffee filter here, and I'm going to dump it right back into the bowl. Yes, my Swiffer sheet is very dirty and it needs to be replaced. Set those aside. I'm going to set my tray down below aside. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out my shaping pad. Actually, I take that back. I'm not going to shape these florals. I'm going to pull out my, where is my tool bag? I just recently redesigned my desk here, and I have my golf tool here. That what I'm going to do is I am going to pull out that a little foam mat so I can punch some holes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place this right in the middle here, and I'm going to punch a small hole. I'm going to place this right down in here, and again I'm going to punch a small hole. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that hole is nice and firm, as you can see right there. And the same thing here. I'm just going to poke it through just a little bit bigger than usual, and I'll show you why I'm doing this. And I know that Florals here had a hole already. I'm going to go through the back here and just make it a little bit bigger. Same thing here. In the center, punch a hole through. And then what I'm going to do is continue to do that with all 6 of these. See? What I'm going to do is that. And then here. Place that right in the middle and do that. And then I'm going to pull out this piece of paper. Remember when I set that aside to clean? What I'm going to do is I'm going to place my florals right on top of here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look there, probably place one here, right up top here, and then place another one right down here, just like that. And what I need to do is I need to mark that. How I'm going to mark it is I'm going to use that hole that I pierced through the flower, and I'm going to pierce through the bottom cardstock also. Place it right there. See, I'm going to do that. And this one, since this one's off the edge, that's what I'm going to do. Pierce through the bottom cardstock also. Now I have 3 holes. And why am I doing 3 holes? And I'm going to show you. Because I'm going to use Pear Blossom lights on the back of this. And this is what Pear Blossom lights look like. Once the battery goes in there, it's already corded like this, and when you press the button, all 3 of the lights should come on. You can see the 3 lights there. You see? And you spread them apart so you can see the probes, the 3 different lights. See, 3 separate lights. And what I'm doing with this is I'm going to light up the back of my florals to make it look more distinct, like fireworks. And how I'm going to do that is this. I'm going to separate the 3 strands as such, and by separating the 3 strands, and I'm going to flip this over. What I'm going to do is there's a probe. You can see where the probe is. It's the yellow side. I'm going to take some tape here. This is just simple washi tape, nothing fancy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the probes right into those holes. So the yellow probe here needs to face downwards in that hole. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape it down. Oops. See, you're not. It's the hardest part about filming videos is leaning into the camera. And this, unfortunately, I'm going to have to lean into this one a little bit. So there you go. That's the first hole. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take more washi tape here. Lean into the camera is very hard not to do, especially when you're trying to see something close and focus on things. So I'm going to place this one right about here. So I'm going to try to lean in a little bit because I need to see where that hole is. And then I'll place that right there. And do this. Let's see, I'll place my last probe into that hole. Last probe right there into that hole. Oops. To cooperate. So what I'm going to do then is before I finish that, I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to press the button. So all three of those lights must come on through that light, you see? So what I'm going to do next is once I've done that, I'm going to roll and coil all of these cords together. And I'm going to place the button right off to the side here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place, let's see, where's this? This is going to be at the bottom. And it's going to be bottom left. Okay, perfect. I'm going to take some more tape, and I'm just going to tape this down. I normally have a roll of masking tape somewhere. Let me go grab it. Give me a second. No, I don't even know where it's at, actually. So I'm just going to use washi tape. I got plenty of washi tape. So I'm going to place that there, and I'm going to tape down the wires so that it doesn't move. You can see all I'm doing is I'm just placing tape on the wires and the paper so that it stays right in spot. I know that one of the comments that I received is this autofocus with this camera. I don't know why it's doing that. I can't figure out how to shut it off. So I apologize about that. I apologize that I can't figure that out. Still test the lights a little bit, and I want this a little bit lower. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this cord, this box here. Sorry, it's right about there, a little bit lower, and then I'm going to tape it down again. So there we go. Nothing fancy. But as you can see, now the button's going to be down low. It's going to be down here. So as you press the button, the lights still come on, which is perfect. That's what I wanted. And then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to line this thing with a lot of foam tape. I'll take a big strip of foam tape here. I'm going to cut a strip off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to double it because that's the size of that Pear Blossom button. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double it. Like such. And then I'm going to cut pieces to cover it. So I'm going to put a piece here. Place that right down below. It's going to be my bottom one. Oops. I shouldn't have peeled that off, but I made that mistake. So let me dig out my sheet here. There we go. So I'm going to press it down so it's nice and stuck. Peel off the other side. I'll place this right here. Nice and firm. And it looks like I need one more piece just to make sure that this card is nice and firm. I don't need to cover all of it because it shouldn't matter. I'm just going to double that again. And then I'll place this right here. Right next to the button is what I want. Might as well, actually. Let's just do it. I have extra tape. I'm going to do that. This is what happens when you craft on the fly. You try to do things and unplan them, and things get planned, and things are, you know, sometimes don't work in your favor. So there's that. There is that. Got it? Looks good. I'm going to peel now the release sheet on my foam tape. But before I do anything else, I'm going to take a piece of Elizabeth Craft Designs double-sided adhesive. And this is the Elizabeth Craft Designs double-sided adhesive sheets that already comes. These are my leftovers. What I do is I cut it down to size and I save these. I don't throw these away because by not throwing them away, I place them on just different release sheets like this. If you look at different release sheets like this and you see bits and pieces, I can use it for any other project I need without having to worry. So I place that on the back of that Pear Blossom pear unit there. Peel off the release sheet, and now everything is sticky. Now bring in my card base, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this up in the middle of my card base here. Oops, I forgot I was going to do one thing. Where is... I thought I had... Where is that base I was going to use? There was a gold something I thought I had here. Guess I'm not going to use it. Maybe I should use a foundry wax? No. Maybe I could. Let's see if I can shake up some foundry wax here. You know, it's been a while since I used foundry wax, so it takes a second to shake it up. I just need to shake it up well, without making too much of a mess. I don't know. Let me see here. Give me a second just to... What was I was thinking of adding a little bit of color to the background here. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to get this paper, I think. Yes, that's what I was going to do. I was going to line this up with double-sided adhesive. Like that. I'll show you. This is what I was going to do. I did not have this ready for you. So this is my roll of double-sided adhesive as I planned. And then what I do is I pull my razor blade. What I do is I'll cut across. And then I will save this extra. So it's not like I throw it away, as I told you earlier. I just place it onto my release sheet here that I have, just sitting on the side of my desk here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this in, this cutter, and I'm just going to cut, let's see, this is 3 inches here, so I'm going to cut about half an inch strips. That's what I'm going to do. Whoops, my camera just fell. Hold on, there we go. There we go, now you can see me again. So I'm going to cut half an inch strips, and I need 4 of them. So give me a second. Perfect. 4 of these. One just fell on the ground. Where'd he go? There it is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that card base that I started off earlier. I'm going to peel off the release sheet. Peel off the release sheet here. And I'm going to align this. This is all I'm doing. I know if you wanted to, you could use a large piece and line it. And what is my little scissors? Where's my Elizabeth Craft scissors? It's that black hole again. The mysterious black hole strikes again. There it is, right in front of me. Mysterious black hole of doom strikes again. But now I found it. So this is what I do. Peel this off. And I'm not going to overlap it because I don't want it to be too bulky underneath here. So that's why I'm doing it this way. And then what I'm going to do is do the same thing here off to the side. And then I'm going to use my Elizabeth Craft Design scissors to cut that. There we go. And then I don't think I need a full sheet for this, so I'm going to set that aside. And the tape sometimes is easy to pull and sometimes it's not so easy. So in case you're wondering what I'm doing is I'm trying to peel the release sheet off of that. So I'm going to do this. Place this right on the edge here. Line this up. And then I'm going to trim off the excess. So there's that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this right down on top of the card here, like such. I wanted a little bit of a border, like that. Perfect. Now I'm going to press it down. Make sure my lights are still working. Just a simple press here. You can see that my lights are still working. Perfect. Make sure all of my tape is down. And then I'm going to take some glue. I'll take some, just to trim that off there. That's what I'm doing. Is that when I poked it through the excess paper, I'm going to take some glue. And I'm going to place this, I'm going to place some glue right around the edge here. Right around that circle. Like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on that light. And I'm going to make sure it fits right in the middle here. Like that. And then press it down. I'm going to do the same thing here. I noticed that hole wasn't that big, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors, my Elizabeth Craft Design scissors, and I'm going to trim that hole just to make it a little bit finer. Take some glue. This is Lineco Neutral pH glue that I've used in my projects before. So I'm going to turn on the lights again. Now I'll place that right in the middle here. Make sure that light is showing through. See? So what I'm going to do is I will punch this hole because I don't like the fact that this thing is muted. That was going to happen. So this is how you fix that. Place that there. Make sure that glue is good. There, now it works. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this piece here. I'm going to make sure that hole is exposed nicely by punching it through there. Add a little bit of glue. And then line this up. As such. I want it to show through. Okay. And then I'm going to take my last florals here, cut some holes through here. I think that will be, I'm going to pull my golf tool, my pokey tool, and kind of make that hole bigger like that. That'll work better. Place some glue around the edge here, around there. Turn on my lights. And then place that right in the middle. Press that. Like that. Do the same thing here. But I'm going to use my pokey tool. Make sure that hole is nice and wide. Right. Turn on my lights. I knew that was going to happen with the glue and the tape, so I'm going to have to clear it. I just used my, the nice thing about these Elizabeth Craft Design scissors is they're so fine that you can actually do that. Use my pokey tool again to get through that tape. So, there's that. Okay. And then I will take my Elizabeth Craft Designs knife here and make sure that that is big enough, or the tools here. Place some glue in the back. And what you saw me just do is I have a water glass sitting next to my desk here, and I just put that glue right in the middle there, that glue bottle. Perfect, right there. Okay, perfect. Let it dry a little bit. I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to trim off the excess here, the extras around the base of the card. I'm not going to trim around the template of card, but I'm going to trim around the base of the card. And why am I doing that is because I want this to fit into a regular envelope. So I'm not going to trim around that base, but I'm going to trim around this base. So that's all I'm doing. Nice and trim. Put that all in the, all that excess away. There's that. What then I'm going to do next is, remember this piece that I used with the alcohol. I'm going to use Elizabeth Craft Designs numbers. These are Elizabeth Craft Designs numbers here. And I'm going to cut out 2023. That's a 5. That's a 2. 0, 3. So I'm going to cut out 2023. So I'm going to place that there. Grab my die cut machine here. I'm using the Sizzix switch. Place this right on top. And of course, because I created that with you, I didn't get a chance to prepare that. So I'm going to put that into my Sizzix switch. And as it's cutting through, I really like the way this is it. I'm going to grab my stamp that I'm going to put on here as that's being cut. This stamp is called an interactive stamp set, and I believe a lot of, somebody on my YouTube page, Belinda, showed me where you can get those. This is called Interactive Labels, number CS20204, Interactive Labels, and that came from, I'm sorry Belinda, I can't remember the name. I don't even know where I got it from, to be honest with you. It's been too long since I made that purchase. And so I'm just punching out the photo paper, as you can see here. Sorry, I went off camera there. Just punching the 223. Normally comes out very easily, but today, of course, as I want it to work, it does not come out easily. So cut one more 2. So it's being cut through. This interactive label is phenomenal when it comes to things that projects that you have pull and push and all of that. So, and again, I apologize that I don't even remember. But if you, I will put a link down below to where that is at and where you can find it. So if you need that, click on the link down below. So today we used, as just a recap here, we used alcohol ink, we used alcohol glitter, we used photo paper, we used Elizabeth Craft Designs double-sided adhesive, we used silk microfine glitter from Elizabeth Craft Designs, we used VersaFine Mark Clear ink. I just need to put things away, otherwise I will lose it, and that would be bad. We used quite a few different projects today. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to use press. I used to have a block that is tiny. I don't know what happened to that block. So I'm going to take my rabbit clear there, just to brush on a little bit there, and then I'm going to get my Mark Clear. The button's right here. I'll press right here. I'm going to take some white. This is white embossing powder. I have a whole entire jar of white embossing powder. I'll pull into the scene here. And I'm going to take this. Put that right on top there. blow off the rest, the excess. I should press up here. Good. I'll take my heat gun here, warm it up just a tad bit. I noticed that there's some leftovers around the press here. I'm going to use that brush just to clear it off. And I'm going to use that to emboss this. Perfect. It's done there. Brush the rest off there. Make sure my button still presses. Good. I hate the fact that this light is not sticking well, not showing well. So I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to dig it out. I'm going to dig that out. I like how those two showed up, but this one does not like it. Oh well, I'm going to dig it out in a little bit. There we go. It looks a little bit better. Place this aside because I don't want to lose this set. Place that there. And then final touch is I'm going to glue on the 2023. As I told you, photo paper glue works out well. Place 2. This like that. 0. Right down here. 2. Okay. What I might do is I might add some gems to this too, just to make it look a little bit nicer. And hold it down. Hold it down just a tad bit. I apologize about that cough. Hold it down just a tad bit. And there's my card, 2023. Press here and the lights come on. How cool that looks. I'm gonna add some gems to there. I have some gems off to the side here that are just generic gems. This is my box of gems and box of stuff that I've had in my stash. Let's see. Some gems. Just have a few items here. So, wait a second. I'm gonna grab some glue and I'm gonna place a couple gems here. There and there. I'm curious to see what it looks like if I place a gem without any glue on top of the lights. Does that look like? Does it look better or worse? It doesn't look any better or worse, so I might just add it just because it looks kind of cool. And once that glue dries, it's gonna look a little much better. So add a little glue there. Add a little glue here. Put that right on top of there. Yes. Just to see what the light looks like. There. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add one of these teardrop things right off to the side here. Another one down here. Having a tough time with these gems today. My hands are not wanting to cooperate. Looks like I'm going to have to use this Tonto stick. not working, not cooperating. Yep, not cooperating with me today. It is. Nope, still not cooperating. Don't you hate it when you're crafting and it just, things don't want to cooperate with you and things go missing from your desk to the mysterious black hole? Don't you hate that? I know I do. I don't know about you, but I do a lot. Most of the time, I hate it. All right, clean my. I think that is it. I think that will do it for today. We had a fun. That was a fun video. Let's turn the camera around here. Alrighty, everyone. So, thank you so much for joining me today, and I'm very appreciative that you decided to start your new year joining me at JN Unique Designs. And please like and subscribe to this video. I have more videos coming your way in 2023, and I'm looking forward to a fun year. Wishing you and your family a very happy and blessed and prosperous new year. Enjoy your day. Take care. Bye-bye.